In a world where billionaires are constantly making headlines with their audacious moves, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk stand out not only for their wealth, but for the massive purchases they've made. While one took a massive risk to reshape the digital landscape, the other invested in preserving the very foundation of journalism. But who truly made the most impactful buy? Let's dive into the world of billion-dollar acquisitions that define their legacies. Elon Musk, $44 billion to take over the digital town square. Elon Musk's acquisition of Twitter for a staggering $44 billion in 2022 marked a monumental shift in both the tech world and global social media dynamics. Unlike traditional business acquisitions, Musk's decision to buy Twitter wasn't driven by profit alone. It was rooted in his vision of reshaping the platform into a space where free speech could thrive, unfettered by government or corporate interference. Musk, known for his unconventional leadership style and daring business moves, took the helm of Twitter with a clear ambition to overhaul the platform, challenge its existing content moderation policies, and provide users with a broader space to express themselves. His approach was deeply personal, rooted in his belief that platforms like Twitter, which hold such immense influence over public discourse, needed to evolve in a way that was more in line with his views on freedom of expression and less concerned with political correctness. Musk's acquisition came with its share of challenges. To finance the purchase, he relied on a combination of personal wealth, loans, and backing from various investors. The massive deal plunged Twitter into financial uncertainty as Musk implemented sweeping changes. His initial moves included laying off a significant portion of the company's staff, revamping its verification system to charge users for blue checkmarks, and exploring various monetization models. These changes, while aimed at improving the platform's profitability and making it less reliant on advertisers, sparked intense debates about the future of the platform. Many users and industry observers expressed concern that these changes might erode the very foundation of Twitter, its role as a public forum for open discussion. Musk's frequent, unfiltered tweets and impulsive decision-making also raised questions about his leadership style, leading some to wonder if Twitter's future was as chaotic as its new owner's management style. Musk's approach to Twitter was never about maintaining the status quo. It was about turning the platform into something radically different from what it had been before, a tool for mass communication, as powerful as any media outlet, but with a far less structured approach to control. This aggressive transformation of the platform is emblematic of Musk's broader business philosophy: to challenge established norms, take significant risks, and introduce disruptive changes. Whether or not Musk succeeds in this venture, his acquisition of Twitter is undeniably one of the most ambitious and perhaps controversial business moves of the 21st century, cementing his place as a figure who is not afraid to reshape industries, even if it means facing significant backlash along the way. Jeff Bezos, $250 million to preserve a legacy. Jeff Bezos' $250 million purchase of The Washington Post in 2013 was a far quieter, yet profoundly impactful decision. At the time of the acquisition, the newspaper industry was facing unprecedented challenges. Print media was in rapid decline due to the digital age's shift in consumer habits, and many respected publications were struggling to adapt to the digital revolution. The Washington Post, despite its storied history, was no exception. In fact, it had been struggling financially for several years. At the time, Bezos was already a highly successful entrepreneur and founder of Amazon, a company he had built into one of the largest and most influential corporations in the world. His decision to invest in The Washington Post wasn't driven by a desire for immediate financial gain, but rather by a profound sense of purpose to preserve the integrity of journalism in an era when traditional media was under intense pressure to modernize. Bezos' approach to owning The Washington Post was markedly different from Musk's approach to Twitter. While Musk's goal was to disrupt and reinvent Twitter, Bezos' focus was on stabilizing and modernizing the Post without compromising its core mission. Under his ownership, Bezos Bezos invested in the modernization of the paper's infrastructure, especially in terms of its digital presence. He understood that the future of journalism lay in its ability to adapt to the digital age, and he moved swiftly to implement strategies that would increase the paper's online readership and subscription base. Bezos encouraged the adoption of data analytics to refine editorial strategies, improve the digital subscription model, and expanded the paper's online presence globally. This helped revitalize the Washington Post, turning it into a more agile, profitable, and future-ready entity. In addition to enhancing the digital operations, Bezos also focused on maintaining the paper's journalistic integrity, a key factor in its long-term success. He kept the Washington Post free from corporate pressures, ensuring that its editorial independence remained intact. This allowed the newspaper to continue its vital work of investigative journalism, often exposing corruption, government malfeasance, and corporate wrongdoing, issues that are crucial to a functioning democracy. By prioritizing quality journalism and embracing innovation, Bezos successfully navigated the Washington Post through a rapidly changing media landscape. The investment not only preserved an iconic institution, but also demonstrated Bezos' belief in the importance of reliable, fact-based news in an era where misinformation and sensationalism have become widespread. Bezos' purchase of the Washington Post is a perfect example of strategic foresight, an investment not just in the future of journalism, but in the preservation of an essential institution in American democracy. While it was a comparatively modest purchase in terms of price compared to Musk's Twitter buy, its long-term impact has been significant. Bezos took a legacy media brand that was struggling to find its footing in a new digital world and turned it into a thriving, innovative entity that continues to hold power and influence in shaping the news. His vision for the paper, where technology meets traditional journalism, has paid off, and the Washington Post now stands as one of the most respected digital media outlets globally. Head-to-head, Musk versus Bezos. When comparing their purchases, Musk's Twitter acquisition stands out for its sheer scale and ambition. At $44 billion, it is by far the larger investment, highlighting Musk's willingness to take enormous financial risks. His vision for Twitter is bold, aiming to create a platform that disrupts traditional media and amplifies global dialogue. However, this boldness comes with challenges, as Musk faces scrutiny over the platform's financial viability and its ability to uphold free speech responsibly. In contrast, Bezos' purchase of the Washington Post is a masterclass in strategic investment. While the $250 million price tag may seem modest, the impact of his move is profound. Bezos didn't aim to disrupt, he aimed to sustain. His focus on modernizing a historic brand while maintaining its core values demonstrates a level of foresight that ensures long-term relevance. These two purchases reflect the distinct styles of their buyers. Musk thrives on disruption, betting big to reshape industries, while Bezos excels at preservation and innovation within established systems. Both approaches are powerful, yet fundamentally different in intent and execution. The verdict: power versus precision. Elon Musk's $44 billion gamble on Twitter exemplifies his go big or go home philosophy. His vision for a platform centered on free speech and innovation has captured the imagination of millions, even as it raises questions about execution and sustainability. Musk's decision to stake so much of his personal fortune on Twitter underscores his commitment to driving change, regardless of the risks. On the other hand, Jeff Bezos' acquisition of the Washington Post represents precision and thoughtfulness. His decision to invest in journalism, an industry at the crossroads of tradition and technology, shows his belief in the power of information. Bezos' work to modernize the paper while preserving its legacy is a testament to his calculated approach to leadership and influence. Ultimately, both purchases highlight the contrasting yet equally compelling philosophies of two of the world's most influential billionaires. Musk represents audacity and transformation, while Bezos symbolizes strategic stewardship. In this battle of big buys, the winner depends on whether you value bold disruption or measured impact more. Either way, their legacies are undeniably intertwined with the power moves they've made. Whether it's Elon Musk's bold move to take control of Twitter or Jeff Bezos' strategic investment in the Washington Post, in the end, their purchases aren't just about money. They're about vision, influence, and leaving a legacy. Who's the ultimate billionaire mastermind? The answer might depend on how history chooses to judge their moves. But one thing's for sure, the world will be watching every step they take.